just rolled out of bed. Good morning. This is just water. It's all for show. Welcome back. This episode is titled, For Those of You Who Did Not Forget About Me. It's been well over a month since I last posted, and I've kind of just been taking a couple weeks to focus on myself. I've been having a weirdly stressful time. A quick rundown of what I've been up to. Moved out at the end of January from my apartment. I did it in a couple of hours with my dad with no moving truck. One of the more impressive things I've ever been a part of. I then told my job I was leaving. I then left my job by the end of February. I'm kind of in that weird stage of my AT through hike where I'm just questioning all of my gear choices, but I think that's pretty standard. So I ended up moving back my start date to the 17th instead of the 5th. I noticed that when I was out training, I had a weird tightness in my Achilles and my calf, and then I ended up straining it a little bit. Ultimately, I decided just to move it back a couple of weeks because I was able to give myself this luxury to afford that. I've been doing everything I can with it for rehab and whatnot. I've been stretching it, rolling it. I actually had a family friend who was able to give me acupuncture and do some shockwave therapy on it, which helped it immensely. But as of now, I'm leaving in 6 days, and I feel close to 100%. I honestly think it might be a blessing in disguise, even if I do push it back a couple of weeks, because I'll be avoiding a little bit more of the cold. I mean, the last time I was down there, the highs for the day were in the low 30s, and at night it was getting down to the teens. And I know even if I do start 2 weeks later, it probably won't matter much, but I still do plan on taking all of my cold weather gear with me. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a quick run through of all this. Not much has changed. I've made some very minor swaps here and there, and I'll explain why. Still running with the Osprey Talon 44. I love this pack. The last time I went, I had a 48, and I realized I took the brain off of it, so I wasn't even using all 48 liters. And on the front, I'll have a tracking device for my dad's peace of mind, and then I have a quick buff there. Pack cover for the Osprey Talon because it is not waterproof. I will be hiking with Lucky trekking poles. My shelter is the Gossamer gear, the one with a Tyvek ground sheet. I added a couple of stakes here to guy out the sidewalls because I noticed that they're kind of drooping in on me, and I didn't want my head or my feet to be touching that. Other than that, this tent is awesome. I will be sleeping on the Big Agnes Insulated Airport Ultra. I will be sleeping in the Nemo Disco 15 degree down. And then when it gets too warm for me at night in the mummy bag, I'll be switching to the Enlightened Equipment Revelation quilt. As for down jacket, I have the Patagonia Micro Puff hoodie. Rain shell, I've got the Patagonia Torrent shell, no pants. For hats, I have this Under Armour baseball hat, and then I have a Mountain Hardwear beanie. As for my sleep system, I have the Patagonia Thermal Weight bottoms, very lightweight Nike Dry Fit long sleeve, just in case I need something dry to change into. I've got a thermal weight North Face hoodie as well. All that will be going home when it warms up. As for socks, still have the Injinji sock liners, 2 pairs of Darn Tough. And the one thing I did do is I switched out the toe socks for my camp socks, and I switched to these Wigwam thermal socks. And the only reason I did that was because the toe socks were kind of making me feel a little weird about not keeping my feet warm. And then in turn I had to change out my toe sandals to these, where my feet can actually go in them without having to separate my big toe. So that was the one major change that I made. As for gloves, I have these Mountain Hardwear Gore-Tex gloves. I don't remember the name of them, but they're super lightweight, and they'll be going home when it warms up. Gaiters for my shoes. For my main set of clothes, I've got a buff. I've got these Nike 3/4 compression pants. I love these things. They're gonna stick with me all the way through. Patagonia Terravon joggers. My hands down favorite pair of hiking pants I've ever come across. I've got these Adidas Climacool running shorts. I've got this quick dry gray t-shirt. This will be for possibly sleeping in the warmer months, or just wearing it while it's cold, because I will not want to be wearing this Columbia lightweight button up, which I'll be wearing when it warms up. And then I've got my hands down favorite piece of gear. This is the Patagonia Capilene base layer. I think it's a mid-weight. 2 pairs of ex officio underwear, boxer briefs, I don't know what the hell they are. And then all that will be going in this compression sack. And then when it warms up and I decide to switch over to my quilt, the quilt will actually stuff into here, and then all of my clothes that I have left over will kind of just go free in my pack. It'll save up a bunch of weight, and it'll save up a bunch of space. And then this little guy will be going around my waist. It's the Awesomer Gear Hipster. I just have random things in here like chapstick, my wallet, flash drive, and whatnot to upload photos and videos to my phone. As for the cook system, I have the Jetboil Zip. Inside of here I have a bandana and a lighter and fuel as well. Food bag with spork. Along with the cook system and the food bag, I have 50 feet of Dynaglide and a carabiner. All of my technology is going in here. I have a portable charger with the cable. I've got phone charger, 2 wall outlets, my headlamp, as well as headphones. And then I've got a pair of sunglasses and my eyeglasses. I also have extra contacts in here. This is my hygiene bag. I have toothpaste, toothbrush, contact solution, contact case, Purell. As for water treatment, I have part A and part B Aquamira, as well as the Catadin Be Free. This will be for at the source, and then this will be for, I think, what is it, like 30 minutes after you treat, you can drink it. So I have 2 options here. And then I've got miscellaneous first aid, ibuprofen, band-aids, floss, another thing of chapstick, sharp tip tweezers, and then I picked up a really cheap roll of KP tape. It's freaking highway robbery for how much they charge you for a roll of this. It's like $21 at certain places. I got this at Walmart for $6. And I've got the stick pick, which I'll be putting on the end of my trekking pole to shoot my videos with. And I have the mini Joby tripod that I am currently using my phone for this video. So yeah, that's all I've got. I mean, I haven't really changed much since my last video. I've added some things here and there. I've gotten rid of some things, but for the most part, like I had mentioned, I was pretty set on what I had. At this point, I kind of just sit and wait until I head down to Georgia, and then the next time you see a video from me, I will be in another state. Any tips, any ideas, whatever you might have, throw them my way. I'd be gladly appreciated. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. See you.